Good morning everyone, second video of the day, and we're back to some archaic, obsolete technology. This is the Mig-23 MLD from Zvezda, which I've now finished. I've had this model sat in the loft for a considerable period of time, maybe as much as 3 years. Now, the model is not perfect, and I've done it in my What If Marmatian Arab Republic markings because I don't model Russian or Ukrainian or NATO or anything else that kind of exists really, except for a few Vietnamese aircraft, because I'm a non-political channel and I don't want to get wrapped up into everything that's going on. Of course, this aircraft was very much a Soviet aircraft. From the USSR or the CCP. Now, the Zvezda kit isn't perfect, but it's one of the only MLD kits I think that's available at a reasonable cost. The main issue with this kit is actually the canopy fit. The canopy should be flush to the fuselage, and that's really annoying that it's not. However, to do something about that would require quite major surgery of the canopy, which risks splitting it and or also of the rear of the canopy. So I've done the best that I can to try and blend it in, but it's not perfect. The other thing I've added, as you can see on the pitot probe, is the strakes that the MLD version should have. The MLD version had these strakes, which I've explained in a previous video, to break up the airflow, to direct the airflow over the leading edge dogtooths, which gave this aircraft a better manoeuvrability than all other Mig-23 variants. The MLD had avionic improvements to the radar and underneath, where you've got an infrared search track system just in front of the main gear. Now, the Zvezda kit does build quite well. It does have raised panel lines, which is a bit of a shame. I've done this one with the gear down, and that's actually the easiest way of building this kit. I've done one with the gear up, and that was quite a difficult model because there was gaps in the landing gear. It's got the 4 R60 missiles on it for short range combat, and it's got 2 R24 missiles, 1 radar on this side and 1 infrared on this side. Now, the Russians, or Soviets I should say, the Warsaw Pact, always used to plan to ripple fire these missiles. So you fired the infrared one first and then the radar. The infrared would track the target using its infrared sensor. The radar one coming up afterwards. So if you started to drop chaff and flares, you stood a better chance of, whilst you might decoy this one, the semi-active radar head still running off the actual aircraft radar, the more powerful radar, could still be guided to the target. So they used sort of a ripple-fired technique. The MLD was used over Afghanistan. I think it saw some combat with F-16s, and it had chaff and flare dispensers, which added a bit of drag, but were vital to enabling it to survive. Personally, I think the Mig-23 is one of the better looking MiGs out there. And the Zvezda kit is okay. I wish they'd sort the canopy issues out. The problem with cutting the canopy is it's very fragile plastic, so it could cause more damage than it actually resolves. The paint and the instructions are very vague on this, so I've done it in my own scheme. But overall, a nice model. I think Zvezda have the best Mig-23 undercarriage doors. I think that is actually how they are meant to look in practice. A lot of the other manufacturers, from what I've read, get them wrong. I've done it with a bit of weathering, and this is a Marmatian aircraft, and it's built just in time to receive the Malagasy strike package. We'll soon find out how effective these old aircraft are in the age of digital network-centric warfare. Probably not very, but a lot of countries still use these. I think Syria still uses them. Eritrea, I think, uses some Mig-23BNs. Of course, retired pretty much in Warsaw Pact and post-Soviet successor state service. That is the Zvezda Mig-23 MLD. Not their best kit. It's not up to the standard of the newer Zvezdas, but I like it, and the MiG-23 is one of my favourite aircraft. Let me know what you think.